Hey everyone, my name is Nolan and welcome back to what I think is going to be the last top video for Pixel Gun for 2022, and so I thought it'd be cool to count down the top 30 best weapons that were added in 2022. And so keep in mind, these are weapons that were introduced this year. So yeah, there are a lot of really good weapons like Christmas Ultimatum or weapons like Invincible Lion, but those weren't added this year, so they're not going to be in this video. We will also be including weapons that were completely reworked. For example, Sakura and Pixel Cola Refresher are basically whole new weapons now, so those may be included in this list. And I will not include weapons that I don't actually have, so it's kind of embarrassing, but I kind of skipped this last aquatic update with like triple barrel shotgun, so that won't be on this list. And also guys, this is entirely in my opinion, so please don't rage at me if you disagree with something or if you think that maybe I missed a weapon, okay? Also guys, I recently just gave away $100 in Pixel Pass tickets, and I made it into an epic video. It took about a week, and it was probably one of the best Pixel Gun videos I ever made, and it totally flopped. So I don't want to like toot my own horn here or anything, but I just like to say, if you guys find that remotely interesting, please go check it out. The link will be down in the description, and I also put a card on screen right now so you guys can go look at the video. But it was super fun. There were a lot of crazy challenges people had to complete, and it took so much work to make this video, so it just mean a lot if you guys could go just watch the video. You don't even have to leave a like or comment or whatever, but it was just such a fun video, and I really hated to see it flop. So yeah, if you guys could go check that out, that would absolutely mean the world to me. And yeah, I guess now let's just get into the top 30 weapons for 2022. Also guys, really quickly, I just want to say this list is actually not in order of worst to best or best to worst. It's actually just more of in order of how they were added. Some might be switched around, but you guys kind of get the idea. There are so many weapons, so it's hard to actually properly rank them. But yeah, number 30, Spirit's Whisper. This weapon is essentially just a better Battle Falcon, which makes it really good. It has a higher fire rate, I'm pretty sure, and I think it does more damage even. And yeah, it was recently buffed, so it's now just probably one of the best cluster bomb heavies, if not one of the best heavies in the game. It's absolutely insane. Alright, number 29 is going to be Deadly Beamer, and not only is this one of the best weapons this update, or I guess this year, sorry, but it's probably just one of the best backup weapons in general. It's so insanely good because stream beam weapons are just kind of overpowered in themselves, and this is definitely no exception. Wow, I am very bad at talking. But yeah, Deadly Beamer, an insane backup for getting kills, and yeah, it's just kind of cool. It's also, yeah, it's just a cool weapon in general. I mean, come on. Next up, we have Bubblegum 01, and this sniper is absolutely insane. In fact, it's probably also one of the best snipers in the game because, as you guys can see, it lays down a huge area of like bubblegum, and if players touch that, they get slowed down, and it makes players so mad to get killed with this weapon because it's really hard to move if you get hit with it. And it also one-shot headshots, which is absolutely insane. I upgraded mine to Mythical, and it was probably one of the best snipers that I ever upgraded to Mythical. It's absolutely so good. And it's also really good for the new Operation Snowball mode because it is able to slow down huge groups of monsters, because all they have to do is just touch that bubblegum effect and they're slowed. So yeah, Bubblegum 01 is an insane sniper. Next up is going to be AK-556, and I have to say that even though I think this weapon is extremely overrated, it is still probably one of the best weapons added this year. I think it is extremely overrated because you have to get several kills in order for the rage effect to start doing really good, which, as you guys can see in the background in a bot lobby, yeah, is really good. But once you get into a close range map or a sweat 3-cat lobby, you're going to get like 1 or 2 kills off, and then you're just going to get one shot in the back, meaning that you're not really going to use the rage to its full effect. So it's just kind of like, well, then use a higher damage per second primary to be more consistent. That's my opinion. However, if you guys do manage to get into a bot lobby, yes, this weapon absolutely destroys because of that rage attribute. Next up, we have Fake Pistol, and yes, at its release, this was probably one of the best weapons in Pixel Gun history. A single shot ticked for over 700 damage, which is absolutely crazy because it had an initial damage of like 100 something, and then its bleeding ticked like 7 times for 100 damage of bleeding, which is absolutely crazy. It just did so much damage. So if you guys don't know, Fake Pistol, it switches fire mode when you scope in. It acts like a sniper if you scope in, and then a shotgun when just hip firing. So yeah, that scope in mode was extremely overpowered, and Fake Pistol was just insane. It's been nerfed quite a bit since then. However, I think it is definitely still usable for getting kills. Next up is going to be Moon Hunter Bow. This is, in my opinion, one of the best snipers in Pixel Gun. At full charge, it one-shot body shots and, of course, one-shot headshots, which is pretty cool. It has travel time, so you do have to get used to that. But what's really fun about this weapon is that you get an acceleration boost after killing someone, so you get increased movement speed, which I think makes this weapon really fun to spam with. And I guess you wouldn't really use this with 3-cat, you would just use this for spamming. But yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite weapons in the game. It's just really fun to use, and I think it's pretty cool, and also pretty dang rare. You don't really see this weapon being used too much. And next up is going to be Event Horizon. I'm not going to lie, this is probably one of the worser weapons on this list, if that's a word, I don't know. You have to hit a direct shot in order for this to one-shot, in which case, yeah, it's actually really good. However, if you're just relying on the plasma rockets, then it's not as good because you need to hit like 3 of those lightning beams with the plasma rockets in order for you to kill someone, which really brings this weapon down. However, it is still definitely a good heavy for spamming and can be very handy in game modes like Team Strike, you know, when you have to shoot toward an enemy's side, I guess, to get some free damage. So it can have its uses, but I don't know. I still think it's pretty good. Next up is Blacklight Pistol, and this is a really good backup because it is pretty much a consistent 2-shot. It sometimes will 3-shot body shot, but it will like always 2-shot headshot at least, and sometimes even 1-shot headshot. I don't know. It's just maybe that actually makes it inconsistent, but I just find myself getting really good gameplay with this backup weapon. Nonetheless, I don't know. I think that it was definitely in one of my top 10 backup videos. It's just really good, and it's also probably like the coolest looking weapon in the game. I mean, it literally has planets circling the what is it called, the hammer of the weapon. I don't know, it's just a really cool backup. I love this weapon so much. In fact, this whole set is really cool. Next up, we have Supernova Generator. This special is definitely really good for actually getting kills, and is also very useful because of its gravitational effect and the black hole that it creates to, I guess, suck people in. Okay, it actually does damage, so maybe you got someone really weak but you just couldn't get the kill. Well, maybe the gravitational force will be able to kill the person for you. The only drawback to this weapon, in my opinion, is the fact that it actually has bloom. The shots are very random in the crosshairs, making it really difficult to get kills at long range, but it's still a very good weapon nonetheless. Well, next up is going to be Moon Blades. This is a very good dash weapon, especially for its legendary rarity. 75 mobility, decent charge time, and a really good dash distance. Yeah, this is just a pretty good melee for movement. And of course, this year we had the Crystal Division update, so we had a lot of really good new Crystal Division weapons come out. But before I continue, I just wanted to say, if you guys want to leave some of your favorite weapons from this year down in the comments, I would like to know what are your guys' favorite weapons, or maybe like what do you guys think are the best weapons that were added this year. Of course, you don't have to leave a list of 30 weapons, that might be a bit excessive, but like what are 1 or 2 weapons that you guys really like from this year? But yes, of course, first up, Rune Buster. This shotgun is ridiculously good and is probably now the best shotgun for spamming. After like all the shotguns got nerfed, this one was left untouched. Actually, it was buffed, or it was nerfed, but then it was rebuffed, so it's still really good. Yeah, Rune Buster is an insane shotgun for spamming. Not really good for 3-cat because of fixed delay, so just keep that in mind. And in the number 13 spot, we have Ice Wyvern Horns. This is basically just an upgrade to Laser Cycler. It is really good for damage, and it has ricochet, and it's a pretty high fire rate. It has a really high capacity, so you almost never need to reload this weapon. But the main thing about this weapon is it has no output delay, making it really good for 3-cat. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really too special about this, to be honest, other than that, and it's basically just a glorified Laser Cycler. Yes, of course, Runic Sentinel has to be on this list. It is the first weapon in the game that regenerates both health and armor at the same time. It regenerates 8 health per tick and then 4 armor per tick. for a total of 12 HP per tick, which is pretty dang good. It also is pretty good for doing damage. You just have to get used to the shot delay, because as you guys can tell, the shot doesn't come out until after you swing the sword, which can be kind of annoying, but it's still pretty good once you get used to it, especially because it's consecutive explosions, so it has a little bit of a range to it. Crystal Bow is another really good sniper. Just like Starfall, it has like that rain effect, which can be pretty good. However, it has a charge time, which can be annoying, but it has no travel time, meaning the bullet will instantly reach its location once you release, meaning that it's pretty good for getting kills, because it almost always one-shots. Sometimes it might not, however, the rain will usually take care of the person if you don't one-shot, which I can find that to be kind of annoying. However, at the same time, this is still a ridiculously good bow, especially in close-range maps. Wow, where people are going to be hitting that rain effect quite often. Next up, we got Pixel Color Refresher, and just a quick disclaimer, this rocket jump in the background is in the low gravity mode in this map, okay? So if I'm in like the dark side, that is low gravity. So yes, it has super rocket jump, which makes this really good, but it's not as high as it seems, okay? Because it's low gravity. But yes, even in the regular side of the map, the super rocket jump is actually very handy, and it is kind of good for getting kills. However, I think the rocket jump is really what carries this weapon. High fire rate, decent capacity. This is probably by far the best rocket jump that we have in the game. And then also, if you manage to get a kill, you get a speed boost, which is really handy. I'm sure all of you guys have heard about Sakura. When it was reworked, it was like completely changed. This used to be a burst sniper, and when it was reworked, it had a huge damage buff. And paired with the critical attribute, this thing absolutely was by far probably the best sniper in the game. I think that now it's been nerfed just a little bit. It is still insanely good, especially because I have it at legendary, guys, and it's still so good for getting kills. It also has X-ray, so it's very, very useful, like for finding people, especially like in this game here when there's only like 2 players. Very, very useful for finding people. Yeah, Sakura, very, very good sniper. Next up is a heavy weapon that I just don't get why people don't use this. I think it is the best heavy in the game. It is really good for damage, it has a high fire rate, you can rocket jump with it, and it has blindness. It's mad color. I'm sure you guys may have heard of this weapon, but it's insanely good. The only drawback to this weapon, in my opinion, is the fact that it has fixed delay, so you can't really 3-cat with it. However, dude, this heavy is just insanely good. I don't know why people don't use this more often. I never see anyone use this, but yeah, mad color, insane heavy. Next up, I have Vengeance. Now, the damage on this sniper isn't really the best. However, it has Ricochet, and it also has Blindness, making it a pretty decent sniper. And also, I feel like the damage is still pretty good, especially because I feel like you would mainly use Ricochet snipers with 3-cat. So if you're using this 3-cat, yeah, this is definitely a really good weapon. Yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say. It's just a good Ricochet sniper. Yep, and it has Blindness. Cool. Okay, next up we have Crescent Power, and I knew that this weapon was pretty good. I think it was recently buffed, and mine is at Mythical. However, you guys will see in this gameplay, it like 5-shots people. Like, it's like really good. And one of these dudes I think is playing without armor, and one of them has like wooden armor. However, some of these guys have ultimate defense armor, so I don't know if they're just like lower level, but at the same time they can't be below level 60, so it shouldn't be that big of a difference. But I am like absolutely pooping on these people with this weapon. I don't know if they're just weak. That could be. Alright, this is not a damage test, this is actual gameplay, so it could just be I got really lucky and everyone was weak already. But man, this weapon was absolutely shredding these people, so I have no idea what's going on here. The comments will confirm if I was just like, you know, getting lucky with damage. But man, Crescent Power was absolutely wrecking these dudes. And if I was just getting lucky with people having low health, yes, this primary is still good on its own. Don't worry. Alright, I believe we are on number 21 now. However, I have no idea what's even going on anymore. But anyways, additional biting limb. Yeah, this melee is ridiculously OP. It has a charge time, however, it's very quick, and it grapples you on a full charge. And it also one-shot body shots pretty much everyone. And if you don't manage to one-shot, the poison will most likely finish them off. And it also has headshot damage. So, yeah, this thing is ridiculously overpowered. I don't think I need to say anymore. Alright, next up we got Corruptedspielbook. I'm gonna call it that. I don't care what anyone says. I know its actual name is Corruptedspielbook, but when this weapon was released, it was actually called Corruptedspielbook, as in S-P-E-E-L, Spiel. So yeah, that was very interesting. But yeah, what I like about this weapon is it's just a very consistent 2-shot. It might even sometimes 1-shot if you can get some good poison damage in, and it has no travel time, which isn't really too common for a lot of heavies. So yeah, it's just pretty good for spamming. Not really too good for 3-cat because it has a small fixed delay, but maybe it is kind of still good for 3-cat if you don't mind that small fixed delay. Who knows? I don't know. Next up, we got Raven Staff, and I know this isn't the best weapon on this list, but it is still pretty good, and sorry if the quality kind of sucks. I asked someone to send me gameplay of this weapon because I didn't want to have to go through all the pain of recording it on my computer, and so I just decided to use FaZe Zakin's video. Huge shout out to him for sending this to me. Yeah, so because we had to like file share over the internet, it's like bad quality, whatever. But yeah, as you guys can see, this weapon is a manual guidance heavy, and it is pretty good. So yeah, Raven Staff, it's alright. It could be better, but I think it still definitely deserves to be on this list. But I know this might be a bit controversial. Next up, we got Sorting Pistol. This is just another generic shotgun backup, I guess. There were a lot of them this year, to be honest, so it's just kind of hard to, like, I don't know, like them. But yeah, what's cool about this one is it has the head enlargement attribute, and it also has increased damage to a headshot, which is pretty cool. So you can get some pretty consistent gameplay with this weapon, which I guess is pretty nice. Other than that, it's not too special. Next up, we have Xmas Vibe Setter, and just like Sorting Pistol, this weapon has increased damage to headshots, which makes the DPS on this weapon go up significantly if you can manage your headshots. It is still good with just hitting body shots, however, this weapon is really good if you can actually hit all headshots. Xmas Vibe Setter is actually a pretty fun primary to use, mainly because of the faster fire rate. But yeah, this primary is really good, and I personally love it. It's just fun to use. Alright, next up here we have Fatal Decorator. This sniper is really dang good because it pretty much always one-shot headshots. In fact, I think it does always one-shot headshot. It has over 200 damage to a headshot, which is pretty cool. But what's really good about this weapon is it gives extra points per kill. So if you're looking for a sniper that can give you the upper edge in a fight, this is definitely it. This sniper is ridiculously good. In my opinion, I would take this over Dream Warden because of those extra points. I think that Dance Rifle just doesn't do as much damage as this, so I'm pretty sure that this is better than Dance Rifle. However, I could be wrong. I'm usually wrong. Next up is going to be Starfall. This weapon is pretty dang good. I want to say it was nerfed because I felt like it wasn't performing as good as it was when I first got it, but I don't really know. It's still really good nonetheless. Its fire rate is really high, so if you don't manage to like get the kill on your first shot, you can always just throw another shot off and you'll definitely get the kill. Definitely better in close range maps because of that star attribute, but yeah, still a very good weapon. And at number 28, we have TikTok's Pistol. Well, I don't know why I just said TikTok's plural. It's just a singular TikTok, but whatever. Anyways, this weapon, again, is just another laser cycler slash ice wyvern horns. As you guys can see, it is a ricochet, high fire rate backup, but this time, I think it actually has more damage, and also you get an acceleration boost after getting a kill, making it really good. And yes, just like laser cycler and ice wyvern horns, there's no output delay, so you can switch from this to any weapon, which is very nice. And also, guys, I just want to say, if my mic is really loud at the moment, or it sounds like super ear rape, I'm sorry. I just got a new mic, and I'm testing things out, okay? I got an upgraded mic, so hopefully things should be sounding better. I think that they definitely are, but we'll just kind of see. But anyways, yes, TikTok Pistol is really good. In the number 29 spot, we have Snowstorm Fury. This is one of the recent primaries added in this update. It is just pretty good. It has a pretty high amount of damage per second, and its bleeding is also extremely good. And yes, as you guys can see, this is me stealing content from myself, so yeah, can't copyright strike me now, YouTube, unless they somehow do. That'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, Snowstorm Fury is pretty good. And finally, number 30, Snow Queen Dominion. Why am I so bad at pronouncing things? Anyways, yeah, this special weapon is really good. It has wall break, it has a pretty decent travel time, and its damage is really ridiculous. It will always two-shot because of that cursed attribute. yeah, Snow Queen Dominion is an insane special weapon, and definitely recommend you guys get this for spamming. It's just pretty cool and unique. I like it. Alright guys, well that's going to end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button and also subscribe for more Pixel Gun top videos. And also, I hope you guys enjoyed this year in Pixel Gun. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments. And I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Peace!